I'm gonna do my best to make this video quick. It's proving hard to film while I cook when children are home. But I'm definitely going to film something this weekend. But I figured while I have the house to myself, while it's quiet, I would record a quick explanation of my personal dietary restrictions. There's like a couple that I follow loosely. And for that reason, you just need to know up front that if you're looking for true, authentic cuisine recipes, you're at the wrong place. I can't have a lot of things or have to work with substitutions, or the way that I cook, I prep things ahead of time in a way that I can cook quickly, because I really do have to cook pretty much everything I eat. My main dietary restriction that does not change, it does not loosen. You will not see anything that is cooked for me outside of the parameters of my allergen, which is the alpha-gal syndrome, but I'm also testing positive for protein allergy as well, for beef, pork, and dairy. But the alpha-gal side of it makes it a little bit stricter. I am highly sensitive, so any sugars that you see me consume are organic vegan sugars. That is because that's the only kind that is safe for me. There's little tidbits that I'll explain as we go along when it comes to the alpha-gal. There's things like added enrichments. Like I have to get particular kinds of rice because it's unenriched. It doesn't have all the extra stuff that could potentially be a problem. It's not something that is ever like we're gonna sneak this in today, because like I said, I am very highly sensitive. The allergy it's a serious allergy. I actually had a contaminant yesterday. Long story short, I had a contaminant yesterday. I kind of knew it was a possibility, but at the same time, it's usually something that's safe for me. Because I haven't had an issue prior, but because it's a prepared food prepared by someone else besides me, I always know there's a possibility of a contaminant. And for that reason, there is only one place that I go, which is why I don't want to say anything. But I went at a particularly busy time, didn't realize it was busy because I placed the online order. And the stomach pains I had last night and this morning and even into this afternoon, it's finally starting to calm down, but it's been a lot of allergy meds today. So like I said, aside from the one place that I go on occasion, I don't, nothing that I cook will ever, that's just a hard rule. So that covers that. The others are, if I have had a reaction, like I just had one, then I will stick with a low histamine diet until my body balances back out, which means I avoid things like cinnamon, tomatoes. There's like a whole list of things that you can find online that you avoid when it comes to a low histamine diet, which I just stick with when my body's super reactive. And then the last thing is I did a low FODMAP elimination diet, and I figured out that I do have sensitivities to the sugar that is found in gluten, garlic, and onion. It's in a bunch of other things too, but that was the sugar that bothered my stomach. All the other things seemed to do just fine, but gluten, garlic, and onions, which sucks because I love all three of those too, just like I love bacon and steak. But I also like feeling good, and I don't like feeling like crap all the time. So I do my best to stick with those two. You will see me use garlic, onions, and occasionally gluten, but that's because it's a much milder consequence, and I know what I'm signing up for, and I know about how much my body can handle before I deal with consequences and stomach pains and all that fun stuff. That pretty much covers it. It really just boils down to the fewer ingredients on a label, the better. Preferably no ingredients on the label. Preferably it's just a fruit or a vegetable or an actual protein raw that I cook. Like I said, I do also do a lot of preparing ahead of time. So I do have vegetables that I often have diced and frozen and ready to go so that I can make single plates or just a couple rather than having to chop up an entire something when really I don't need that much. I also do things like garlic infused oil has not been shown to contain enough of that sugar to aggravate stomachs. And I love garlic flavor, so I do use a garlic oil. That very well might be the first thing that I upload because it is very simple to make and it is so good. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to hop on and be like, I am trying. I've recorded a couple times, but I'm gonna succeed this time. But I figured before I upload, I should just kind of disclaimer, this is along the lines of what I have to follow, what you'll see. There's going to be substitutions that you're going to think are weird. But I'll also explain what I'm substituting. If I'm doing a true substitution, I'll explain, normally I would have used onions in this, but because I don't feel like dealing with onions today, my stomach is not okay with that. We're going to use red radishes, and this is how we're going to do it. Which sounds weird, but it really does work. So I'll gladly put the disclaimers in. Like, if you don't have to avoid this, use this, But other than that, that's pretty much it. I just came here to give you a quick summary so that you're kind of prepared for what it is that I eat and I feed my family. So I hope y'all are safe. I've been told I'm supposed to say like, comment, subscribe, share, but we're just a couple videos in, so I'm not too concerned with getting into that habit just yet. But once we get videos going, I'll start saying the YouTuber things. Y'all have a good night.